How can you as a man who's either successful and or ambitious compete in the online dating market to find the right girlfriend or wife in 2024? A lot of men have a lot of misconceptions around this whole idea of online dating, and I want to talk about some of them here today. First of all, online dating is a magical tool that your grandparents, your grandfathers, and great-great-grandfathers would have killed to have. You literally have the ability to pull out your phone, touch your screen in the right manner, activate the right algorithms, and have a beautiful woman appear out of nothingness to want to meet you, to get to know you, to see whether there's compatibility either start a family or to at least spend time together. Let that sink in how powerful a tool it is. You can touch a phone screen and a woman will appear in actual reality to meet you. Isn't that crazy? You don't even have to go outside of your house and approach. Now, I've belabored the point at length that in my opinion, you as a man still have to learn to approach women either in everyday scenarios or in bars, at night, in a respectful, in a confident, in an effective way. Communicate your interest and get a number or exchange whatever contact details you want to exchange. That's very, very important. But today we're talking about online dating. So first of all, understand the unbelievable opportunity that you've been given. Now, when it comes to online dating, what do we have available to ourselves? We have dating apps and we have Instagram. Yes, there's Facebook. Yes, there's speed dating events. But really, there's Instagram and dating apps. That's really what it boils down to. So let's look at dating apps first. If you live in the US, if you're 30, 40, 50 years of age, and you want to find somebody for a meaningful relationship, what apps should you consider? Well, first of all, there's Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, Match.com. If you have certain political affiliations, if you tend to be a little bit more conservative, there is The Right Stuff or Christian Mingle or whatever happens to be, right? This is not political, but there are different applications that cater to different political preferences. They all exist. Now, some people say, women are only on Tinder for hookups. Nonsense. The only men who say that are men who can't get dates. Are there some women on Tinder who really only want hookups? Of course, for sure. But the majority of women will always and have always wanted meaningful long-term relationships. It is a fact. And if you have resistance towards that, then it's just because you haven't been able to make it work. If you think online dating doesn't work, it's just because you haven't been able to make it work. That's the fact. If there is any man who looks somewhat like you, anywhere in the US, anywhere in the Western world, or anywhere in the world for that matter, who's been able to make it work on one of those dating apps, you can do it as well. So, there's these applications. Now, what do we want to do? Well, first of all, what you have to understand about these applications is every account has an invisible account rating. You'll never know what your account score is. You'll only indirectly be able to understand where it's situated by looking at the profiles that are being shown to you and the profiles you're matching with. So if you're not getting enough high quality matches, it's because your account score is low. If you say, well, even the women that I'm seeing on these apps, they're not even just like physically, they're not the ones that I'm necessarily interested in. That's because your account score is low. Because your profile sucks. Because you have no idea how to present yourself in an effective fashion on dating apps. And by the way, that's not even your fault. Society simply hasn't trained us as men to present ourselves in a nice manner. You don't have social proof, lifestyle, status, you don't have great profile pictures, your bio sucks, your prompts suck, your profile is at best a 6 out of 10. And if you want to compete in a red ocean called the online dating market space, and you want to be able to stand out to get a high quality relationship, you can't do it with a 6 out of 10 profile. That's why your account score is low. So if you want to get a higher account score, you'll have to build a banger profile, which is something that I help my clients with in detail. I would say 60 to 70% of my clients find their girlfriend, their wife through online dating apps. I have a client who texted me these days, Gilberto. He was in the program 2 or 3 years ago, and he texted me on Instagram. I posted a screenshot on that one of these days. Let me quote, because I helped him find someone, and now he got married a couple of days ago. Let me see if I can find him. Instagram makes it unnecessarily difficult to find somebody. Ah, here we go. Nice. So, I saw a screenshot, I responded to it, I said, congratulations. And he goes, maybe we can put that in here. David, as you saw, I just got lawfully married last month. Still going after the religious wedding in Mexico City, probably end of 2024 or starting 25. I'm really grateful with you for helping me on my path to find my dream partner. And look at this absolutely beautiful picture. This guy is amazing. He works for a tech company. He is a super kind, warm, intelligent person. But do you want to know what? I don't think he has anything that you don't have. If you're a man with a great career, who's taking care of his health, who's a kind and caring person, who's somewhat intelligent, you can do that too. And by the way, there's two types of people who come to me. Either guys who are really successful already in their career or guys who are a little bit younger but ambitious, okay? As long as you're ambitious, and by the way, you can't be successful and ambitious for too long because then women will also lose interest in you eventually. So ambition will have to come back into your life at some point anyway. If he can do it, you can do it as well. There's nothing special about him, even though he's an amazing person and he's definitely situated in the top 10, top 3, top 1% in given whatever metric you want to apply. But he found that lady through online dating. It's amazing. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to cross-check that. I don't want to bullshit. He might have met her in person. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But regardless, 60 to 70% of my clients find somebody through online dating. And if they can do it, you can do it too. But what we have to do is we have to design an amazing profile. And by the way, he's the same person. I can take myself and have a horrible picture and have a great picture. I can be the same person. This is not about faking something. This is not about applying filters and making my eyes look bigger and making myself look less fat than I actually am or faking abs or posing in front of somebody else's private jet or some nonsense. No, it's not about that at all. But what it is about, it's about communicating what's true effectively. Because I can take the truth and communicate it effectively, or I can communicate it ineffectively. Example, you see somebody in Starbucks. I've belabored this point at length, but it's a quite poignant example that gets the point across. You see a lady, you walk up to her, and you say, wow, you're so beautiful, I'd like to have sex with you tonight. True and admirable that you're expressing your truth in a way, but it's weird, creepy, and uncalibrated. Not effective. So, the same thing that's true can be communicated in an effective or in an ineffective manner. And that's what you're doing with yourself. The product, who you are as a person, is already fantastic. That doesn't mean you don't have flaws, but overall, you're already doing really good in a lot of areas. It's just the marketing sucks. You have no idea on how to communicate your personality effectively on these dating apps. So if you want to increase your account score to be able to get better high quality matches, you have to build an amazing profile. Great pictures, prompts, profile description, and then you have to learn to text. Nobody is good at texting. Everybody sucks at texting. I remember back in the day when I was working for a big tech company here in Dublin, and I just ended the relationship with my ex-wife, and I met my mentor, and he started helping me with texting. I remember I was completely lost. I had no guidance for how to lead a conversation with a lady that I either met in person or that I came from a dating app. I was completely lost. I had no structure. That's why over the last 3-4 years, after analyzing thousands and thousands of texting conversations with clients from 30 plus countries from all around the world, we've created a texting framework that we teach in a coaching program. It is absolutely insanely effective, and it guides you and it simplifies the process. It's 5 to 15 messages that get tailored. It's a framework. A lot of that is copy and paste, but not all of it. Some of it obviously still has to get tailored because you're talking to an individual. It is so effective, and it absolutely eliminates the possibility of women flaking. Now, does that guarantee that all matches convert into dates? Absolutely not, because they are still outside events. There are still contingencies that we can't control, for sure. But right now, you have no idea whether the fact that she stopped texting you back is due to your shitty texting or because of the fact that her cat recently needed a new haircut and therefore her last, 72 hours were pretty occupied with that, right? You don't know what was at the cause of the event. And probably it's both. Probably on the one hand, it is external events and your texting sucks. I can tell you that with certainty because 99.9% of men suck at texting. Nobody is good at texting. It doesn't matter how good you are in your professional communication. It doesn't matter whether you have your own business, you're a manager in a company, whatever. I don't care. You can be amazing at professional corporate communication and you can suck with women. You can be great at email, verbal as well as non-verbal. I have a first-class honors in business from a university. Pretty average, mediocre university. Not a special university at all. Not trying to fake anything here. But still, I'm pretty good at written communication in English, which is my second language. Yet I completely sucked at texting until I dedicated myself to learning it, and I also had a mentor that I learned from. So that was quite useful back in the day. So texting is something that you have to learn to do, because otherwise all these matches that you've spent so much effort acquiring, potential dates, potential relationships in essence, will be burned to the ground if you don't convert them with texting. So you have to learn to text. Now you get them on the date. That's amazing. Now, sorry, actually there's one step that I forgot. Before you get them on the date, you usually, not always, sometimes women prefer to stay either on Hinge, on Bumble, on Tinder, on Match.com, Christian Mingle, whatever the platform may be, before they've met or until they've met you on a date, and then afterwards they're going to exchange a phone number or Instagram. But I would say 70-80% of the time at least, they're very comfortable with moving the conversation to either Instagram, iMessage, or WhatsApp. And it's usually better to move the conversation away from the dating app so that the competition gets less. Most of the time, we recommend communicating on Instagram. And I know you probably haven't paid attention to your Instagram account. It's fine. But is Instagram necessary to manage the conversations that came from a dating platform to be able to go to the first, second, and third date? No, it's not necessary. But we've measured that it 3 to 10x's your results. Not a joke. In other words, the time that it takes to find a high-quality relationship through the use of Instagram effectively, and by the way, online dating in total should only take 15 minutes a day. If it's taken way more than that, then you're simply ineffective and you have no idea what you're doing. 15 minutes a day, that's all it should take. Instagram will 3 to 10x your results. The time it'll take to find a high-quality relationship will be cut into a third. There's a variety of different reasons for that. We've talked about Instagram in other videos. Instagram is absolutely powerful, and it really only takes 9 to 12 great posts. You have to look at the posts you're tagged in, the story highlights, the stories you're posting on a daily basis. 15 minutes a day, and that includes all of Instagram and dating apps. So now we have the conversation either on iMessage, on Instagram, or on WhatsApp, or by text message if you're an Android user. It's fine, I'm joking. I'm not actually that involved in it. In Europe, we don't really have, a bone in the fight. Because in the US, I believe you guys have a very strong competition between Android and iMessage. In Europe, we're a little bit more, I don't think we care too much, even though iPhone is absolutely the superior phone, in my opinion, for simplicity's sake. But I digress. So you take the conversation that's coming from a dating app, you bring it to Instagram, and now you're talking here, or on iMessage or on WhatsApp. And then you get onto the date, and then you learn to build attraction, and then you move things forward. Fair enough. But you can also, if we talk about online dating, send cold messages on Instagram. You can do that in a creepy and in a disrespectful way, or you can do it in a very respectful, in a very efficient manner. Instagram is the #1 dating marketing machine in the world. There's only 2 reasons, in my opinion, to be on Instagram. 1 for business, 2 for women. That is it. Most men are consumers. Now, you probably have an area in your life where you're a producer of content in your business, of goods. Maybe you're producing jobs. You're producing in one area of your life and you're consuming in another. That is completely normal. We all do that. But if you're not consuming my content or other valuable content, then I would encourage you to question the use of your social media activities. Because really tell me, is there any good reason to use social media if it's not for strategic market research, for dating purposes, to find the right one, or for business? Yeah, I want to stay in touch with friends. You don't have their number? You have a friend that you want to stay in touch with via Instagram? You don't have his number? How good a friend is he really? Yeah, but I want to show off to my friends. Do you really have to? Okay, no. So all these are nonsensical reasons. The only reason you use Instagram is for dating or for business. Nothing else makes sense. It's not a photo album. If you want to share photos with your Aunt Sally, download them, put them on Dropbox, put them on a Google Drive, and share them with her privately. Most men make the mistake of treating Instagram like a private photo album. It doesn't help you, it doesn't help anybody else. Because there's pictures that your Aunt Sally will appreciate, that Sarah, your potential future wife, won't necessarily view in the most favorable manner. There's some things that might make you look cute in the eyes of your mom, your dad, or your aunt, or your children, that won't necessarily portray you in the most attractive fashion towards a potential girlfriend, wife, life partner. It's very important to keep in mind. You have to have clarity of outcome. In general, in life, it's very good to ask yourself, what is my outcome in this interaction? Is it to be a friend, Or is it to be a lover? Is it to be doing business on Instagram? Or am I dating? What is the purpose of Instagram? That's really all it is. Now, obviously, some people have charitable purposes, right? So in my case, why do I use Instagram? One, there's a business reason. And second of all, I also really like, so there's two types of people that I want to help. I want to help people that can pay me, and I want to help people that can't pay me, okay? Coaching is expensive. Fair enough. Really expensive, right? That's why only certain types of clients can afford it. Fine. But I've made content long before. I made hundreds and hundreds of videos, long form YouTube videos, before I ever got paid for it, because I have a genuine passion for helping people who can never pay me. I genuinely give a shit about personal development and dating. It is my deep passion. Today is the 25th of December as I'm recording this. There's a million other things that I could be doing with my time right now other than record this. Do you think that if this was only a money-making machine that I'd be doing this on the 25th? I'd be sitting on the couch watching Chuck with Fernanda. And she's waiting for me to do that actually. And we're gonna do that. But I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have a genuine passion. There are people who I want to help, who I'll be helping through the coaching program, and we're going to shoot them through the fucking roof, and it's going to be amazing. But I'm also, now content on the internet will never get close to a real coaching program and the various different options that we have. But still, there's 1% of people who watch a free video, be that a reel that gets 1 million views or a YouTube video that gets 200 views. There's 1% or less who actually takes action on free advice. And I care about them because over the years, I've gotten messages from people. On a weekly basis, I get messages from people who are saying, you've helped me with my relationship here. I was able to set boundaries better. I found somebody. Like really impactful messages. And I care about that. So for me, yes, there's a business reason, but I also genuinely love making content. So maybe I should add a third category as to when it's okay to use Instagram or social Instagram, which is a creative outlet. If you have something that creatively empties you out, maybe you want to share rock climbing videos, acro yoga videos, or your passion for different coding languages. Well, recently I discovered this new hack on C++, or some business content, or Harvard lectures on morality. If you have something that's a creative outlet, fair enough. That's perhaps a third category that we can add. But other than that, if you become clear as to what your outcome is, and in this instance it's dating, then you can tailor your profile to that specific outcome and you can optimize your results. But you'll never be able to get optimal results if you don't have clarity of outcome and then you optimize your strategy. So understand that online dating gives you the ability in a time-efficient manner, if done correctly, create high-quality options for yourself, go on dates, find the right girlfriend, life partner, or wife. There are women who you would never meet in person that you can meet through in person. Now again, I'm a deep believer and I would betray my soul if I didn't emphasize the point of being able to approach women during the day or at night. That is a skill set you have to have. How on earth can you call yourself a man? How on earth can you call yourself a father if you can't even bestow that skill set upon your son? If you've let approach anxiety dominate you, if you haven't learned the skill set on how to effectively and respectfully start a conversation and exchange contact details. And let me tell you something, having done this for many years, there's only 2 reasons as to why you wouldn't be doing this on a weekly or at least bi-weekly basis. I mean, approaching in person. You haven't mastered the skill set, which means you have approach anxiety or you don't know how to do it. That is literally it. There is no other reason. But work, I'm busy. Bullshit! You have 112 waking hours available to yourself. I have people who run companies, who are managers in finance, who are computer nerds, or people who are really busy, who are doing amazing things, or people who are rich and retired, who are running charities, blah, blah, blah. They all find the time. Time is emotion. Time is nonsense. Yeah, but I don't live in the right area. Why aren't you going to bars? Oh, I don't drink. You don't have to drink. I don't drink either. You don't have to drink alcohol to go to bars. So stop bullshitting me with your excuses. Put your ego aside. Stop being so arrogant as to tell yourself, oh, I've already figured this out. If you could have done it by yourself, you would have already done it. If you could have done it by yourself, you would have already done it. And could you do it by yourself? Yes, but it would take you 5 to 7 years of a ridiculous amount of effort. You can do this by yourself. You really can. But it's going to take a shit ton of work. And coaching can compress decades into days. It's actually true. So, if you want me to help you personally, find it amazing. Girlfriend, life partner, or wife. If you want me to help you find the right woman, a relationship on eye level, be that through online dating, by optimizing your dating profiles, your Instagram, or in person, then apply for a free initial consultation call. 2024 is right around the corner. And it's your chance to make New Year's resolutions that you're not going to stick to anyway. Or you can finally say, I will figure this out. Because understand that whether or not you're going to find somebody is not up to chance. I'm going to magically find somebody. The right one will find me when I'm ready. Nonsense. Yes, you have to come from a place of not needing a relationship. I've made a reel about that the other day, or we're about to post it, I'm actually not sure, where I talk about the point that you have to be willing to do this for a long time, and then you'll find somebody. But you will not magically find somebody. Look around in your immediate environment. How many people do you actually know that are in happy and fulfilling relationships on eye level? Very, very, very few. Just because they're in a relationship, that doesn't mean that they're happy. That doesn't mean that he is actually communicating his needs and she's communicating her needs. Most men are either slaves or tyrants in the relationship. Just if the only criteria for success were to say that they're in a relationship, if the only criteria for success that we're applying to a relationship is that they're in one, well then millions of people would have succeeded in the area of dating and relationships, but that obviously isn't the case. You have to find somebody that you have a high degree of compatibility with. Not perfect doesn't exist, but high degree of compatibility, and then you have to work on your communication skills to create and sustain attraction. So, if you want my help with that personally, apply for a free initial call. I have a genuine passion for it, and yeah, let's make it happen. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a fantastic start into the new year. I'm going to go and watch some Netflix with Fernanda. Perhaps I'm going to get a head massage. Maybe I'm going to give her a head massage. Maybe we're going to spend the night together in an intimate fashion. I don't know. That was a rather ineloquent ending to a rather eloquent video. I wish you all the best. What I'm saying is, I'm going to spend time with an amazing woman, and you're not. If you want to change that, apply for a free call. Wish you all the best. Take care.